we want to highlight a VirtuoMasters Club initiative, which is growing from strength to strength. A big round of applause. Friends, participating in the debate is a fantastic way to gain knowledge and learn how best to put forward our opinions in the most effective and convincing manner and in the allotted time given to us. The last four versions of vDebate had very serious topics and I had some complaints coming in. So I thought, why not have fun through a debate? Today's topic will be pitting the girls against the boys, but in such a way that I hope it will be not only an eye-opener, but also an entertaining evening for all. For everyone to enjoy the session, I have two requests. One, please keep your phones on mute, your mics on mute if you're not speaking. And secondly, please don't post anything in the chat box while the debate is on. After the debate is over, you can post anything you want. And if you want to congratulate a specific speaker, please send them a private message, but not in the chat box for everyone. We are in for a treat today where we'll have two debates, not one, with total 12 participating debaters. So I would request everyone to stay back and enjoy both the debates. With that, I would like to introduce the moderators of today's debate. Just like we have two debates, today we have two moderators. The main moderator of the first debate is someone who's able to win everyone's heart with a sweet smile. He says he's someone who has been on a journey of change, someone who is trying to be better than what he was the previous day, someone who loves to experiment, use all permutation and combination to get what he wants. He says he's definitely not where he wants to be, but he's definitely not where he used to be. And wow, that is an amazing progress. With that, let us put our hands together for a young and ever smiling moderator, Toastmaster Anurag Jain.
Thank you, Toastmaster Panna, for such a wonderful introduction. Can we keep it going for Toastmaster Panna? Good evening, everyone. Friends, it gives me great pleasure to welcome each and every one of you to vDebate version 5. And to make it interesting, we have two debates, and that too, the boys versus girls as told by Toastmaster Panna. Now, since we have two debates and it's already 9 o'clock, most of you would be hungry by the time we finish our debates. So let's directly dive into some ground rules that I'm going to share. So the timer for today is Toastmaster Panna, and she will be displaying the virtual background of green and red at the end of 3 minutes 30 seconds and 4 minutes respectively. So I would request all the speakers to kindly pin Toastmaster Panna. She will be displaying this 3 minutes 30 seconds and green card and 4 minutes red card for the opening and the closing speakers. The same will be displayed at the end of 2 minutes 30 seconds and at the end of 3 minutes for the two rebuttal speakers in between. At the end of the maximum time allotted, the timer will display the red card and there will be a grace period of 10 seconds, after which the speaker will be muted by the host. Now, just in case if there is a connectivity issue with any member for say less than 15 seconds, we will wait. No extra time will be given to the speaker and the speaker has to continue from where he or she has stopped. Just in case if the issue is for more than 15 seconds, we will give the speaker 1 extra minute and again the speaker has to start from where he or she has stopped. If the speaker by any chance is unable to join back within a minute, a member from the team can speak on his behalf and he or she will be allowed to start from the very beginning. So now let us know who the teams will be competing for this debate. The affirmative team speaking for the motion is Team Trinity with the team captain Toastmaster Dikshak. The opening A1 speaker will be Toastmaster Kshitij. Can I have Toastmaster Kshitij for an audio video check?
Yeah, so am I audible and visible?
Perfect, you're audible and visible. The rebuttal A2 speaker is Toastmaster Amit. Can I have an audio video check for Toastmaster Amit?
Hello, Anurag.
Okay, you are not visible as
Yeah.
now. Yeah, now you are perfectly visible and audible. The closing A3 speaker is our very own captain, Toastmaster Dikshak. Can we have you on screen for the audio video check?
Muted.
Am I audible now?
Yeah, you're
Thanks a
audible
lot.
and perfectly visible. Thank you. The negative team speaking
Hey,
against the.
Anurag, let me introduce the negative team.
Okay.
So the negative team speaking against the motion is team the Talking Heads with the captain Toastmaster Ishita. Can I have our opening speaker and one Toastmaster Ritika? Toastmaster Ritika? Can we please have your audio and video check?
Yes.
Toastmaster Ritika?
Is it? Hello?
We cannot see you.
Tell now.
Okay. So the next rebuttal speaker N2 Toastmaster Anushua.
Am I audible and visible?
Yes.
Thank you.
The closing speaker N3 Toastmaster Ishita.
Hello, I'm audible and visible.
Yes. So now Anurag, you can carry on with your introductions.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shilpa. I do understand that girls are more competitive than boys. As you can see, she just snatched away the podium from me. But, anyways, so it's time that we begin our first debate. Let's just have the last readiness check. Timer, Toastmaster Panna, are you ready? Please indicate with a thumbs up. Perfect. Contestants, are you ready? Can I have a show of thumbs up? Everyone. Perfect. Judges, I'm sure you are ready and you don't need to show your thumbs up. Audience, are you ready to witness the heated debate for the nights? Can I have a show of thumbs up? Okay, some people are screaming even when they are on mute. So now it's time to start the debate. The motion in front of the house is girls are more competitive than boys. Girls are more competitive than boys. I would like to call the opening speaker from the team speaking for the motion, the A1 speaker, Toastmasters Kshitij, debater. Are you ready?
So, my fellow Toastmasters, I hope you all would agree to me that understanding a girl, whether as a friend or in Bollywood style something more than a friend or as a life partner, it is really hard to know what a girl is thinking. And as hard as it is, so is their perception towards a competition. A girl is less likely to describe herself as competitive, more willing to enter a competition, and most eager to win it. Sadly, in certain cultures and civilizations, there are many social stereotypes based on the gender roles, and girls were not given equal opportunities as they were meant to. But still, whatever opportunities they got, they outperformed. They put in their all efforts and excelled in the competition. Now, we all know that women are the master at controlling the emotions. According to a study by the British Journal of Psychology, it is said that girls tend to have stronger connections side to side in their brain, thus making them faster and more accurate at identifying emotions, also giving them better mental agility thus making better plans, strategize, and induce them. Now, it is a general perception that girls mature earlier than the boys, and the boys have, when they reach the adolescence, they have to at first stabilize themselves. So, in that phase, girls are more calm, cool, confident, and diplomatic in their transformational change. Also, they are actually a very formidable force with all their bases completely covered. Now, coming to the academics. This year, in 2020, girls have outperformed boys by a percentage of 3.17 in class 10th. And in the class 12 results of CBSE, the girls performed better than boys by a difference of 5.96%. And we all know that the number of candidates is in lakhs. So we can think of what a major difference that is. Concerning grades, I would like to quote the statement of Mrs. Rosemary Shah, a senior secondary school teacher. She says, girls put more efforts and thus they are rewarded better. This also encourages them since girls become jealous competitively if another girl gets more. They compete not only against boys but amongst girls themselves as well. Boys are not so competitive but rather supportive in that sense. Now, who doesn't love cricket, right? Let me introduce you all to the fact that Alisa Haley, the wicketkeeper for the Australian cricket team, just surpassed MS Dhoni to become the only wicketkeeper in the world with most number of dismissals. And she did this even after sustaining an injury on the field. Of course, I know that it was all due to sportsmanship and all, but who doesn't love to be on the top? That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Kshitij. Now we'll have 1 minute silence for the judges to mark their ballots.
Okay. So next, I would like to call our N1 speaker, Toastmaster Ritika, to open the debate against the motion. Debater, are you ready? Toastmaster Ritika, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready. Am I visible?
No, you're not. Yes. Google. All the best.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shilpa. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and dear guests. Wait a minute. Sorry. Healthy competition and confidence are encouraged in boys, but often seen as undesirable traits in women. The average women are less competitive than average men because she is likely to describe herself as competitive and less willing to enter a competition. Thus, what looks like hostile competition between women may instead the mass feelings of insecurities, fear of success, and healthy aggressions. Women often experts at being tuned in and sensitive to others' feelings, which may easily over-identify other women's insecurities, projecting that how they would feel in other shoes, and then feeling bad about their own success. Women learn to feel guilty for feeling happy and successful. And that is why when they are with their friends who may not having such luck, then they may experience their own success as hurtful to their friends. So obviously, this will make uncomfortable for a woman to share and enjoy her accomplishments with her friends. I have one sample to share of 2,331 people, where 49% women, 51% men, with an average age of 34 years, where 63% of women are less convinced than the average man that competition boosts performance, builds character, and leads to innovative solutions. I'm sharing my screen. Just wait for a second. Yes. So according to this, men earned 26% and 24% more than women in IT, manufacturing sectors respectively. In healthcare and social work, men earned 21% more. And one more graph which shows the income gap between the men and women. Wait a minute, sorry. Extremely sorry. This. Women earnings are lower than men's over the course of a lifetime. The gender pay gap exists for the workers across a lifetime. Nevertheless, it is clear that women still lag men in the workplace and not just here, but nearly everywhere. The World Economic Forum found in its annual report on gender inequality that in every single country for which there is data, females tend to earn less than males in similar jobs. And the biggest and the most important thing, patriarchy. We are living in a patriarchal social structure, and this is the core problem. It is nothing related, it is nothing new to us because this is something which is being followed from generations to generations. And here comes the problem. Because it is being followed for so long that now it is being very difficult for us to get rid of it. And we can't change even after wishing. From the childhood, the differences began. The differences in the game being played by the children. That the girls play with dolls and boys play with soldier toys. So from the very beginning, boys learn to take part in the competition to be competitive, but not in case of girls. Girls learn that they're not supposed to be competitive. And that is why till now, their natural competitive spirit cannot be shared openly, happily, or even jokingly with others. Though it is being said that boys and girls are equal, but at some point, to some extent, there are
Okay.
responsibilities of women being, can I say, responsibility.
Toastmaster Ritika, your time is up. So now we will have 1 minute silence for the judges to mark their ballots. Okay. So now I would like to call the rebuttal speaker from the team speaking against the motion. That is N2 speaker, Toastmaster Anusua. Debater, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, over to you, Toastmaster.
So in every competition, there is two ways. Either you win or you lose. And a failure is how a man grows, but it's how a woman shrinks. If a man is, or if a boy is failing to crack the IIT JEE exam, he's failing. But if I or any other girl is unable to crack the exam, she is said that you failed it. I guess it's all right, because there are less girls in IIT. IITs are usually not where girls go a lot. And in my case, I have a distinction in labor law. But when a renowned steel company of this country was going to hire a labor officer, a person or a classmate of mine who was just my classmate till 1.5 years of that course went on to become an XY chromosome and got the opportunity, whereas I didn't, because I was of a homogeneous chromosome combination. Now, the quality admired in women is always grace and submissive. But to be competitive, it is said that you need to be dominant. And it is considered to be specific, dominant trait is considered to be a masculine trait. If a woman raises her voice to make a point, she is considered sensitive, overburdened by her hormones or emotions. But if a man does it, he is considered to be a strong advocate who is aware of his rights and knows the thing. Which woman has the strength to be competitive with a society which has set such standards? I would like to end it with such a definition of woman in Oxford Dictionary: a human female. Where does human female stand in our society today? Where is her space to have her own right, or where is her space in a competition to gain basic rights to dress accordingly, to dress us to hear to talk our minds out, even to take our own no our favored course. We have to fight with it. Why do we have to do that? Why are we told that if you don't study properly, you are going to get married? For many of us, taking that exam was the biggest challenge, and getting first was bonus. So when we have to fight for our basic rights, when are we going to fight in the competition? What say?
Now we'll have 1 minute silence for the judges to mark the ballot.
So now I would like to call upon the rebuttal speaker from the team speaking for the motion. A2 speaker, Toastmaster Amit, debater. Are you ready? Toastmaster Amit, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Over to you, Toastmaster Amit.
First of all, I should apologize for our past that the girls or women have to bear the heat. But what about today? Things are getting better and better. Don't you feel so? And the chances are opening up, minds are opening up. And yes, whenever there is a silly chance, girls are there to steal it. And even in IIT, there may be more genius. But what about the human computer? Who is the human computer? Sakuntala Devi. She don't need the education or what, but she did it, right? So there are always example. Even in the army, there's only First time they have opened for the pilot, and then Gunjan Saxena nailed it, and this was only one at that time, but that sparkle had made it now hundreds. So, dear friends, societies are changing and competition. Here the words are girls and competition. In competition, the benchmark should be nearby. You cannot compare a good girl of a city to a poor farmer boy. That is not a comparison. So when they are on the neck, yes, girls have the edge, they have the focus. Boys have more privilege, maybe, but they are more distracted as well. They go to sports. Okay, I'm going for cricket. Now the bike time, maybe study, I say. So they are, but girl are more focused. They get the chance, they nail it. And the academics for last 7 8 years, girls nail it in each 10 12 and outperform every time. Even the top CEO like Indra Nui or the, the Kiran Majumdar, there are several examples, Mary Kom. So why do you think that you are not competitive? When in this competition, in this debate, you are competitive and you are giving a hard fight. Whoever wins, that's a different. But yeah, competition is there and we are neck to neck. Oh, over to you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Amit. Now we'll have 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots.
Okay, so now I would like to call upon my next rebuttal speaker from the team against the motion. That is N3 speaker Toastmaster Ishita. Debater, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Over to you, Toastmaster.
Women's reputation is considered as catty or competitive. But it's a curious notion because based on the facts given, women are not that competitive and are considered as they are actually less likely to be comfortable in a competitive environment. And we as a team stand strongly on this because though the society has grown and women have come out from their shells and presented themselves in different fields, but still there is a gender parity in terms of competitiveness between boys and girls. This gender parity actually arises from the very beginning, from the childhood days of a human being. In a research conducted in 2015 by Gladys Drutzler, stated that a kindergarten boy is much more competitive as compared to a kindergarten girl. And this parity, this gender parity, increases from the childhood to the adulthood and then to the adolescence and then to the adulthood. Now, as a woman grows, there are certain different domestic roles that are given to a woman to perform. And then there was another research which was on gender differences in competitiveness, which stated that women tend to shy away from competition because they feel that they are less likely to win. And that is another reason. Self-esteem, low on self-esteem is the another reason why women don't take participation in competitions, or less likely to take participation in competitions. That is why it is seen that women are much more comfortable in being part of a team, in teams, and work in a team rather than coming forward and fighting all alone. Rather than men who are actually much more willing to come out and compete on their own. In a report in 2018 by the Times of India stated that in India, there are 8,797 pilots, but only out of them, only 1,992 are women and 385 are captains. What a big difference it is. As this gender parity, the difference in competitiveness has been deep rooted in our society, and which has grown over the years, that still, though women are coming forward and are fighting, but still there is a parity, and it will take a lot of time to overcome or to come at par with the men out there. In a because in economic times in 2019, it has come out that the top 6 IIMs had they had seen a change. They had seen an increase of women, of or girl students taking admissions from 26% to 33.5% in 2019. There has been an increase. I would not deny to a fact that there hasn't been the increase. But the difference is 26 and 33.5%. Still, there's 76.5% are male candidates, they are male students. So the difference is huge. So I would say that though there is the society is growing, but because of the patriarchal society, because of the culture that we are born in, the women are born in, because of that, we are kind of somewhere left behind, and it will take time to reach to be at par with men. And right now, we are less competitive than the boys. Thank you.
Now we'll have 1 minute silence for the judges to mark their ballots.
Now it's time to call the final debater for the night. Please help me welcome the rebuttal speaker from the team speaking for the motion, A3 speaker, Toastmaster Dikshak. Debater, are you ready?
Yes, absolutely. I am ready. And as well, I'm a bit scared. And why I'm a bit scared, honestly, from Toastmaster Ishita's address, I'm really that are really not so competitive as men. I especially got scared at that time. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let's face the crude reality. True, I will never deny that women do experience a lot of challenges. They were oppressed, they were suppressed. Their opportunity, the amount of opportunity which they got, it was less. I accept it. But can we deny the fact that women are not there in the top of any field or any genre which is an interest of the society? No, we cannot. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know that competition happens between two equals. Women were suppressed, they were oppressed, challenges were there. They are fighting, aren't they? Yes, they're fighting. Toastmaster Anusa in her speech vehemently mentioned about the IIT examinations where men are more involved, where men are giving getting more chances. I speak about the NIT examinations where women are getting more chances. Women are getting a wider arena. And ladies and gentlemen, she herself mentioned that it was a great challenge for her to come and give the examination. Wasn't it a fight? Wasn't it was a fight for a cause? Didn't she fight? Didn't she compete with the social challenges and come? Ladies and gentlemen, can we deny feminism? Can we deny women empowerment? Where women are fighting, we're fighting for their cause. They have the zeal. Someone mentioned that women are shy to come out. Well, I don't see it. Women are not shy. They are the fighters. Right from the example of goddess Durga, where she was only created because the gods, the masculine gods themselves couldn't defeat Mahishasur. It was only her who could. And from her, the regime started and it's still continuing and continuing. And we are seeing our Durgas in this entire society where they're fighting to be equals, surpassing gentlemen, someone said women are not courageous. I say women don't need any kind of external encourage or societal encourages. Themselves are the societal changes. Thank you. Thank you so very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dikshak. Now we'll have a 3-minute silence for the judges to mark the final ballots and hand over the results to the ballot counter. Okay, so first of all, I would really like to explain the kind of situation it happens when I always say, let's take a 1-minute break. The silence is really awkward, and your face is on the screen, on the limelight, and you just stare on that camera. And that happens in that 3 minute as well. So, can I have someone from the audience sharing their own experiences and their own opinions? Anyone who would like to volunteer? Anyone, any Arnab Goswami in the house or Ma Durga to portray her prowess?
Maybe I am the most idiot guy to say if no one is coming in.
Okay. So, do you want to say? Do you want to speak something regarding this topic?
Yeah, I mean, happy to speak there. It was the points which came up were very diverse. So it was very interesting to hear that. I just have one observation, which I believe, uh, I think the team who were opposing the motion went into a direction saying that we men are very oppressive and do not let women be competitive, but rather I think I mean, we all know that that's a reality and we need to improve that in our society. But I believe apart from that, the focus could have more been on that they are actually more competitive or not competitive. So it probably went into a little different direction.
Okay. Thank you, Toastmaster Ashutosh, but that is not up to us to decide. We let the judges decide that. So, can I have anyone senior to give his or her opinion? Can I have Toastmaster Ruchira? Toastmaster Ruchira, are you there? Okay.
Yeah, hello.
Yes. Can you please share your thoughts on this?
Yes. Well, I think today's debate was really good. I think we got to see a lot of views from both sides, and sometimes there were points that were set in favor of the other team as well. I think we can keep track of that normally when we do the debates. But it was really a very interesting topic and one that is very personal, something that I identify with personally, being a woman. But I won't say anything more. I'll leave the judges to give their views on that. Thanks, Anurag.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ruchira. Can I have Toastmaster Anik to share his views?
Yeah. Hi, good evening, Anurag, and good evening, everyone.
Come on, video mode, Toastmaster Anik first.
Yeah, no, I would apologize for that. I have little video network issues here at my end, so would be on audio mode today. But a wonderful debate, and congratulations to the speaker and both the moderators for doing it so well. The topic was really interesting, and especially making the boys versus the girls. But something that I was missing in the debate is a bit more analytical viewpoint. Say, for example, someone who wins a competitive event, an exam, or as such anything which has involves a lot of competition, can we identify some traits from that winner, from that person, and then evaluate a male and a female in a framework, and then try to justify that whether okay, is it something, is it the society that is leading to it, or maybe it's the constitution of a body or mind that makes somebody more competitive or less. Maybe something on that lines could have been done. Otherwise, I really like the arguments on both sides.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anik. As usual, very insightful and analytical, to the point as well. Can I have Toastmaster Rahul to share his views?
Hi, Anurag. Yes, sure. And first of all, what a wonderful topic. Girls are more competitive than boys, and all the speakers spoke brilliantly. And I really saw that there were a lot of amazing points that were coming in from different speakers. But for me, what I believe is when you're talking about about it on a topic, and this topic is not something where you can see a lot of fire, but this topic is kind of framed in a way where you can get a lot of humor points as well in a debate. That I'm sure we all know how humor plays a great role in creating an impact. So I believe if a topic is girls are more competitive than boys, one of the speakers or any one of the speakers could have spoken about any of a sister or a sibling, where you can try to create an actual comparison that how things are happening at your place, and I think that can have a good humor perspective towards the topic as well. But on all, I must say that the topic was really well, and girls speaking against this and the boys speaking for this was an amazing setup. And I'm sure we're going to see the same kind of a thing in the next debate. So really looking forward to that. And it was conducted in an amazing way by Toastmaster Anurag and Toastmaster Shilpa, especially the moment when during the introduction, Toastmaster Shilpa just came out of nowhere and started introducing the girls section. So it was wonderfully done, and we're looking forward for the next debate. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Rahul. Definitely, she just budged in and took the podium. Can't help it out. After all, girls are more competitive.
Yes,
So,
yes.
so can I have someone else? Like, can I have Toastmaster Rahan? Toastmaster Rahan, are you there?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
I also
I
said that
Toastmaster Rahan.
the first
Toastmaster Rahan, sorry to interrupt. Toastmaster Rahan, I think so today the audience had a bit of network issue. Toastmaster Rahan, Toastmaster Rahan. Sorry, I am
I think
interrupting in between.
it could have been a little
I'm trying
more
to mute him, but he's not giving good.
focused on the topic
Let him
of
just
the
complete
Toastmaster
it. Let
Rahan,
him just complete it. Let him complete it.
Toastmaster Rahan.
other
Sorry.
than that, this was
Toastmaster Rahan, I'm really sorry. But actually, the thing is, I feel that connectivity issue is in the audience side. So we can't hear much from you, and it is lagging in a very funny manner, as if I won't say, but as if someone who has drunk and he's trying to speak.
You're saying it.
But nonetheless, can I give it back to Toastmaster Panna to continue this debate, to end this debate?
Let's keep it going for the wonderful debaters and the wonderful moderators. And last but not the least, for the wonderful judges who have shared their opinion with us. Toastmaster Rahan, we would look forward to your feedback in maybe on WhatsApp chat because there is some connectivity issues. We couldn't hear you properly. With that, do you all want the results now? What do you say? We announce the results? No. I'm not going to announce the results of the first debate now. Reason being, we want you all to stay till the end of the second debate. Be here, cheer for everyone, be supportive, and let us see who wins, the boys or the girls. Now you all must have been wondering who is this who has been speaking when the moderator Anurag Jain was speaking. Who is this lady or the girl who's coming in? Well, she is a second moderator who's always full of new ideas, very innovative, and she's also very humble. Today she got a recognition from District 41 and she was surprised at the recognition. Toastmasters, this is none other than our second moderator, Toastmaster Shilpa. Toastmaster Shilpa is a graphic designer by profession, an associate VPPR in VMC, and PR manager of Area Q3. Currently, she's working as a freelancer, and she is a housewife, and she's working with her husband in his CA firm. She says she loves to explore new things and trying on different clothes. She loves to travel and she loves to eat chocolate cakes. Well, Toastmaster Shilpa, I'm there with you. Whenever you get a chocolate cake, remember me, call me. I would love to share the chocolate cake with you. With that, I would request the debaters of the second debate to use the naming protocol. Are you all here? Speaker A1 of the second debate. The first debaters of the first debate, can you please remove your A1, A2 and all that? Amit and Anushwa. Let us go ahead. Ishita, you two, please. Yes. So the second debaters, can I have a A1, A2, and A3 speaker with the name? Same with N. N1 I can see, N2 I can see, N3 I can see. What about A? Where are the
Yeah,
girls?
ma'am, I have changed. A1 is
Oh, the
Arka
boys.
Prabha.
Orko, Dibyaduti, and the third one, A3, Ashutosh. So we have everyone here. Shilpa, with that, with a big round of applause, let us welcome our second moderator, Toastmaster Shilpa Agarwal. Over to you, Shilpa.
Thank you, Toastmaster Panna. Please keep your applause, keep on going it for Toastmaster Panna. She has done a very great job by organizing this debate. So, the ambience is already set with our vDebate 5.0 part 1. And now it's time for part 2. Just let me go through the rules that Anurag had already explained you before. So the timer is Toastmaster Panna, and she will be displaying the virtual backgrounds of green and red at the end of 3 minutes, 30 seconds, and 4 minutes respectively for the opening speaker and the closing speaker of both the teams. The same will be displayed at the end of 2 minutes, 30 seconds, and 3 minutes for 2 rebuttal speakers. At the end of maximum allotted time, the timekeeper will display red. There will be a grace period of 10 seconds, after which the speaker will be muted by the host. Now, in case of connectivity issues, with any member for less than 15 seconds, we will wait. No extra time will be given. Speaker continues from where he or she has stopped. If it's more than 15 seconds, we will give 1 minute extra and the speaker has to continue from where they have stopped. If the speaker is unable to join back within 1 minute, the member from the team can speak on his behalf. He or she will be allowed to start from the beginning. So now, let us have introduction of the teams. Anurag, will you do the
Wait,
favor?
Toastmaster Shilpa.
I
Yes,
knew
of
it. I knew it.
course, of course. Since you took that opportunity, I'll also budge you when you are the moderator. So, can I have the boys' team? The affirmative team speaking for the motion is team pretty tough. Quite an uncommon name. With the team captain, our very own Toastmaster Ashutosh. The opening speaker is A1 Toastmaster Arka Prabha. Can we have you on screen for an audio video check?
Am I audible? A video is on.
Yeah, you're audible and perfectly visible.
Cool.
Can I have the rebuttal speaker A2 Toastmaster Dibyaduti for an audio video check?
Mic check.
Yeah, mic has been checked for the most excited guy. So the closing A3 speaker Toastmaster Ashutosh. Can we have on you? Okay, so keeping in line, I will now give the podium to Toastmaster Shilpa.
Thank you, Toastmaster Anurag. So the negative team against the motion is team Lady Realist, whose captain is Toastmaster Tanuja. So the opening speaker, N1 Toastmaster Sweta. Can we please have you on podium, Toastmaster Sweta? Can we have your audio video check?
Am I
I
audible?
cannot see you. Yes, Toastmaster Sweta. So the rebuttal speaker, N2, is Toastmaster Shaiba. Toastmaster Shaiba?
Am I audible?
Yes,
hello?
you are audible and visible.
Thank you.
The closing speaker, N3, is Toastmaster Tanuja. Toastmaster Tanuja?
Yeah. Audible and visible?
Yes, you are audible and visible.
Thanks.
So, now, before we start of this debate, let's have a readiness test. Timer, are you ready? Yes. So contestants, are you ready? Please indicate with a thumbs up. Okay. And judges, I'm sure they are ready. No need to thumbs up from you all. So now let's start the debate. The motion in front of the house is women are stronger gender.
Well, we will
Women
see.
are,
We will see. We will see
yes,
for
yes,
sure who is much stronger. So I would like to call
yes.
the opening speaker from the team speaking for the motion. The A1 speaker, Toastmaster Orca Prabha, debater. Are you ready?
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and judges and audience. We live in a world that hails superheroes like Superman, Batman, Spider-Man, Iron Man. And so often we end up forgetting about Wonder Woman and Miss Marvel. In turn, taking women and their strength for granted. Blame it on the sexism that is deeply rooted in our culture or simply the patriarchal mindset that thrives on making women take the backseat. They're often perceived as the weaker sex. But that's completely a false perception, which we shall clear today. If you have recently seen the Scam 1992 series, else a spoiler alert, one must have heard where Sucheta Dalal, the business journalist, quotes, "Why we use a common man? Why not a common woman?" The simple answer provided to that question was, women are always special. In that series, her role depicted how much strength does a woman have, be it mentally or emotionally, which helped to unveil India's biggest financial scam. In the natural world, it's actually the norm that females are larger than the males, from insects to frogs to oyster, because they are tasked with carrying hundreds or thousands of eggs inside their bodies at once. The majority of terrestrial vertebrates, including human, are the exception to this rule. Disregarding the physical differences, it has been observed in history as well as in scientific findings that indeed women really are the stronger gender. Durga Puja is a widely celebrated festival in West Bengal in order to mark the victory of goddess Durga over Mahishasur, a demon. Mahishasur got the boon of never being defeated in any battle after his intense prayer to Lord Brahma. As the legend goes, when Brahma, Vishnu, and Mahesh were not able to control Mahishasur, then the epitome of power, Ma Durga, came to their respite to destroy evil and demon. Coming to Navaratri, we see in some manuscript it is mentioned that Lord Ram used to worship Durga before going into the battle. We all know about Kalpana Chawla, who became the first woman of Indian descent to go into the space. In 2020, Taylor Swift was awarded the Artist of the Century, leaving behind Michael Jackson. Do you know the only sports person who have represented their country in World Cups for both cricket and football is also a woman? Her name is Ellis Perry. Whereas the example of Susie Bett, the current New Zealand cricket captain, has also represented her nation in Beijing Olympics in the basketball event. This example shows how the adaptability and flexible nature when it comes to different tasks. In recent academic studies, we have observed under various circumstances and extreme conditions such as famines, epidemics, women are able to survive for longer than men. May it be Black Death, smallpox, or the ongoing coronavirus. It is believed that the women have protective powers against superbugs and infections. I like to end with a famous quote by William Golding. I think women are foolish to pretend they are equal to men. They are far superior and always have been. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Toastmaster, for that wonderful explanation. Now we'll have a 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots.
Now, I would like to call the N1 speaker, Toastmaster Sweta, to open the debate against the motion. Debater, are you ready?
Yes. Am I audible?
Over to you. Yes, Toastmaster.
Good evening, Toastmasters and my dear judges. Before starting this debate, I just want to ask a question: which gender is stronger? And before discussing about it, I want to ask that we are talking about a physical strength or the mental strength? Which strength we are asking here? I will go for both the side of the coin. If we take this one side of a coin, that is a physical strength, I would rebut my dear Toastmaster that he said in the case of physical strength, and that too in sports, women are stronger. But averagely, I will take an example of a weightlifting. As per list of world records in Olympic weightlifting, sourced from Wikipedia, a male weightlifter under 55 kg category from North Korea won 166 kg as a record. But while a female weightlifter under the same 55 kg category won 129 kg, which was held in Thailand. And this was a great difference. And again, if I will take the weightlifting case, then 55 kg to 109 kg ranges in case of a male weightlifting. But while on the lower side 45 kg and 87 kg for the women weightlifter. This is the range of weightlifting. So why such a huge difference for male and female? Naturally, there is a physical strength difference between male and women, because of which there is a standard set differently for the male and a female. Again, one more sports example in a marathon also, as per the records shown, a male marathoner, that is Yulit Kaipoje, taking 2 hours 1 minute 39 seconds and won the marathon. But while a female marathoner, that is Bridget Koshe, taking 2 hours 14 minutes 4 seconds, ran and won the marathon. Here also there is a huge difference. So what say? Is male stronger or a female stronger? In case of strength, physical strength is concerned, male are surely stronger. But on one more plus side, in our society, if women were stronger, they would immediately become less subject to the male harassment, domestic violence, and sorry to say, even in the rape cases, the numbers would go down by orders of magnitude. On the other side of coin, if I go for the mental strength, as per the data from an organization named RAM, that is Recovery Access Mental Health, women are more likely to have been treated for mental health related to problem than men. Depression is more common in women than men. Women are twice as likely to experience anxiety as men. So I can conclude from this that men are less likely to suffer from depression, anxiety disorder, traumatic disorder, stress disorder. This says women are less mentally stronger than men here also. When a boy gets hurt, a parent normally says, hey, toughen up, stop crying. I won't. It is what some dad might deal with a boy offspring. But while a girl child gets hurt, then the parent says, hey, sweetie, did you get hurt? Oh, come here. I will give you a hug. Come, I will give you a hug. I will give you a chocolate. And you'll be better. So this is how the parents indulge in the mentally from the very childhood. This way, the mentality of a child gets on. A male child will be always be a stronger, and a female child will be less stronger than a male.
Toastmaster Sweta, your time is up. So now we'll have 1 minute silence for the judges to mark the ballot. Okay. Before I call upon the next speaker, I would like to tell all the speakers, do keep track of the time. You should see Panna ma'am showing your green or red cards. Okay, so now I would like to call upon the rebuttal speaker from the team speaking against the motion. N2 speaker, Toastmaster Shaiba. Debater, are you ready?
Definitely.
Okay,
Superman.
over to you.
Superman, Batman, Spider-Man. Dear friend Arka Prabha, you put a smile on my face, naming all my favorite superheroes. But how many female superheroes did you recall? Just Wonder Woman. And let me add to your list Black Widow. How many more can you recall? Five, six more? And this does not end here. Mythology. I think you can recall a lot of male gods. But how many female gods can you recall? Ma Durga, Ma Lakshmi, scientists, sportsmen, sportspersons, artists. We women have lagged behind in every field. With the number of successful men in any field, there's a much less number of successful women. And does not that define the strength, the lack of strength to say so in women? Let me recite you a research from Harvard Business Review by Mary and Nicole, where they say women are less risk takers in adverse and in stress situations than men. And hence, as you said, that in famine and in epidemics, women have survived better than men. It is because women have not explored and taken risk. Even now, if you go out of your house, how many women peddlers or women would you see on the street? Women do not like to take risk. So to conclude here, I would say women are not in the forefront yet. And we have a lot of way to go to become strong and stronger than men. That is my time. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster. Now we'll have 1 minute silence for the judges to mark their ballots.
So now, I would like to call the rebuttal speaker from the team speaking for the motion. A2 speaker, Toastmaster Dibyaduti. Debater, are you ready? Over to you, Toastmaster.
Good evening, my dear Toastmasters guests, the judges, and the opposition. It is true that physical and mental strength are the most obvious comparisons that come to mind when you're comparing two classes of humans, in this case, males and females. But irrespective of whether it is physical or mental, what is the most basic test of strength that we have always had ever since we were kids? The most instinctive test. Pit the two things that you're comparing against each other, see which one breaks first, see which one survives. Which is the last man standing? Man by convention. also could be last woman standing, but that's the point. Whoever survives becomes the winner. The previous speaker said women survived because they don't explore, because they don't take risks. But that's the point. Women will survive. Men may not. I I literally cannot recall any female dictator. What is dictatorship? Dictatorship is a very unsustainable and rigid way of lifestyle that is not natural. It goes against nature. It does not allow change to take place. But women are naturally adaptable. Why do I say that? Even if you take a patriarchal society, there are n number of reasons why a woman's dreams are more likely to be stifled, or not a dream. The direction of a woman's life are likely to change than for a man. Marriage is one. Parents may not be willing to, give that extra effort. If you fail, I'm not going to give it, let you do another try something which is something that we can afford. Stuff like that. That is the historical thing that we have been exposed to, right? But yet women still survive and they fight. It's not that they don't. Sure, they may feel depressed, but here's the thing: men may feel just as depressed as women. It's just that they're less likely to report it. Women, they are more accepting. Yes, the situation is bad. I am feeling sad. Right? Admittance is the first step to growth. Women will grow. Therein lies their strength. Also, there's this point that women are lagging behind because they're weak. No, women are lagging behind only because they're being denied the opportunity. And it is because they are strong that we are so afraid to give them that opportunity.
Thank you, Toastmaster Dibyaduti. Now we'll have 1 minute of silence for the judges to mark their ballots.
Okay. Now, why I am not coming in spotlight whenever I'm speaking? Anurag, please, you keep yourself in spotlight. No, you will not keep me. Please put me on spotlight.
Yeah, you are on spotlight. You are on spotlight.
But I can't see myself.
Yeah, maybe because the Zoom doesn't want it.
Acha, okay. Okay, I'll talk to you on this later. Let the debate complete. Now, I would like to call the next rebuttal speaker from the team against the motion. Speaker N3, Toastmaster Tanuja. Debater, are you ready?
Yes.
Over to you, Toastmaster Tanuja.
Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and also fellow debaters. I would like to believe that women are strong, but I don't see them letting it out, questioning its very existence. Like fellow debater Orko talked about the physical size of males and females, talking about human females being the only exception in terms of physical size. Extending the argument of physical size and strength, The difference of the weightlifting and marathon that Shweta just elucidated clearly says that the benchmarks are way, way different for men and women. Men clearly overpowering women by huge margins. Famines, epidemics, and corona. Taking the example of corona, women are less exposed as they are still not the primary breadwinner earners, and they have not taken the risk that men have taken. The point about the point about not taking risk, I think that also clearly talks about the strength that we own and we hold. Talking about the mental strength, we have been able to accept our anxieties and depressions. And as the psychology says, the things that we talk about, the things that we admit really exist. But while in case of men, when they don't talk about it, they don't reciprocate it, the feeling of anxiety and depression itself fades away. And that is the reason that the cases of anxiety and depression reported in women are way higher than that of men. Now, looking at the exceptions of Sucheta Dalal, Kalpana Chawla, and the likes does show the silver lining. But a silver lining is not the whole, and we need to widen the silver lining. Have more women as astronauts, players of higher merit who attract not more but at least equal recognition. And be invisible because there would be ample boys and girls or men and women. And in fact, we won't be able to pinpoint as as great thing as we don't for male pilots or male players. We don't point them out as great for being pilots or astronauts. And I do duly respect mythology, and to point out, mythology starts with the word myth, which I don't need to elucidate. So moving the lens to a more realistic scenario where increasingly women are raped day on day and women can't muster the courage to even report it. Women fighting in different parts of the country to make a decision about their own body, such as in the USA, Poland, and mind you, these are developed countries basking in the glory of equality for gender, sexuality, etc. Alas, to my utter dismay, that's the reality of the world. From Sati Pratha to now abortion or heels, women always have been pulled by men like of Raja Ram Mohan Roy for their own rights. You can't go back and change the beginning, but you can start where you are and change the ending. As we can say, it is the time that men and women unequally pull women to unleash their hidden strength. It is time that we remind men and women about women's strength. As the poet Rizi Levy ruffles up, remember women, you were born life giver, miracle creator, magic maker. You were born with heart of 1,000 mothers, open and fearless and sweet. You were born with the wisdom of sages and shamans. No wound can you not heal. Remember women, remember, you are more than you can see. Remember women, remember, you are loved endlessly. Remember women, your power and grace, the depth of your deep sea heart. Never forget you are women, divine as you have been from the start. Thank you.
Okay. So now we'll have 1 minute silence for the judges to mark the ballot.
Now, I would like to call upon the final rebuttal speaker from the team speaking for the motion, Toastmaster Ashutosh. Debater, are you ready?
Yes.
Over to you, Toastmaster Ashutosh.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Anurag. I completely agree with you, Toastmaster Tanuja, that women are miracle maker. Women are wisdom of sages. They are much, much more than what they can see. They are power. They are grace. They are divine, as they have been from the start. And I'm sincerely grateful to you for saying this, repeating this, and I want to take this opportunity again to thank you and tell you that absolutely women are stronger gender. And it's actually take a lot of courage and be a wonderful and a strong leader to accept this, and even after saying this, putting other genders in front of you. Only a woman can do this. Only a woman can put well-being of others before their own. Thank you so much for doing that. Good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and respected guests. अपनी माँ का दूध पिया है ना तो सामने आ. Oh, don't worry, I'm not challenging any one of you. Just count how many times have you heard this dialogue in your real life in Hindi movies. Do you know why this is such a commonly used dialogue? A mother feels up to 57 del of pain while giving birth. And this pain is equal to 20 bones getting fractured. A normal human can only bear up to 45 units of pain. Toastmaster Shaiba, you talked about mythology having very few numbers of women goddesses. Let me tell you, Devi Sukta hymn of Rigveda describes feminine energy as the essence of the universe, the one who creates all the matters and consciousness, the eternal and infinite, the metaphysical and empirical reality of everything. My opponent Toastmaster Shaiba and Tanuja argued that men are exposed to riskier lifestyle than women, hence this difference. Let us compare the infant mortality rate. There, the risk exposure is similar, I'm sure we will agree. And we will find that infant mortality rate is higher in boys than girls in every part of the world. It has been explained by sex differences in genetic and biological makeup, with boys being biologically weaker and susceptible to diseases and premature deaths. Toastmasters Shweta and Tanuja talked about the physical strength. Let me tell you one thing. One of the study published by Royal Society Publishing said a unit of a fit woman's muscle can produce the same force similar to a fit man. So women just have the lower muscle mass, not the lower muscle strength. The strength is same. Let us now look at a few scientific facts. We all know that the average life expectancy of women is more than men. But let me tell you something more interesting. As per the tally maintained by Gerontology Research Group, today there are 43 people across the globe who are known to be living beyond the age of 110. And do you know how many of them are women? 42. In current pandemic, there are 12 countries who have broken down their data by gender. And as per that data, majority of those who have died are male. In Italy, men made 58% of confirmed cases and 71% of the death. In Portugal, twice as many men have died as women. A study conducted in 2014 said that women are managing their emotions much, much better. Another study by NYU Shanghai said that women tend to cope with pressure much better than men. And you know why? Because of that hormone cortisol, which rapidly secretes in men than in women. According to a study conducted by Washington University School of Medicine, a woman can maintain her cognitive skills and have much better memory as man's brain tend to diminish as the age increases. In conclusion, I would like to say that the women are physically, genetically, biologically, mentally, and emotionally a stronger gender.
Thank you, Toastmaster Ashutosh. And now we'll have a 3 minute of real awkward silence. And just to maintain parity and to cover up the allegations, I will put Toastmaster Shilpa's video in the spotlight. Thank you.
Shilpa, 3 minutes are up.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, so now we'll have viewpoints of our guests. Okay, first I would like to call upon Toastmaster Harsh. Toastmaster Harsh, can we please have you on stage?
Hi, Toastmaster Shilpa.
Hi, Toastmasters. So tell me, who is stronger, you or me?
Obviously, you are stronger. There is no question about it that you are stronger than me. But yeah, the debate was really interesting. Means how the boys were speaking for the women and the women were speaking for the guys. It was amazing to see, and I especially liked the way how the girls actually took on the topic, how they were actually speaking about their gender being the weaker ones by producing actual facts and figures. So I think that was a very good way to debate. But overall, I thought that yes, both the team did very well, did justice to their the topic, and I wish all the best to everyone.
Thank you, Toastmaster Harsh. Next, I would like to call upon Toastmaster Krish. He ran away. Not fair. So, Toastmaster Anurag, tell me, what is your viewpoint? Who is stronger?
It doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter who is stronger. See, the ground has never been equal for both of us. Previously, you used to say that men dominated. Now I'll tell you my story. The thing is, I'm preparing for CAT, and in MBA B schools, girls just by the virtue of being females, they get 2 extra points unnecessarily. I don't know why I am being penalized for what my fathers have done previously. It is like my father had eaten gulab jamun and I am the one who is suffering from diabetes. That actually kind of doesn't make sense. And it is an unfair game. So I believe that in the name of gender equality, discrimination is going on across.
So you mean to say that women are taking advantage of being women?
Yeah, I'm just stating a fact.
Okay, fine. So if it is, then be it is. We are happy with it. Next, I would like to call Toastmaster Amrish. Toastmaster Amrish, what are your viewpoints on this topic?
Uh, like uh, I will go with Anurag. With for boys or girl, things are not similar at every place. Like in my office, I see female members are there, male members are there, and for both of them, I have to make arrangements separately. If some girl is there, I have to leave her before 7 or like before 8, and but they have to work from home. If they reach home on time or before time, they have to work from home. But for male members, they have to stay late in the office. That's why it depends where they work and how they think and how they want to perform in their life. Because as I feel now in today's generation, there is no limit for anyone, whether it is a girl or a boy. Because I have seen, I'm a chartered accountant since 14 years, and I have seen many of my friends has done very well, whether they are female or male. There is no gender criteria for the success. It is all about your devotion and determination.
So what I would like to say on this is, what happens is when a man does something, like if a man is going to office and if he is doing an household work too, that is special. But when a woman is doing a household work as well as office work, that is but obvious. She have to do it. It is expected from her to do it. Same thing is vice versa. When a woman do something which needs physical strength, that is great. But when men do the same, that is but obvious. They are expected to do so. So honestly speaking, there is a big difference between male and female, and it cannot be possible that one can say that one gender is superior than the other gender, because if that would be the case, God would not create two genders. Both are equally important. uh, I would now like to call upon Toastmaster Panna ma'am, if she is going to announce the result.
Thank you, Toastmaster Shilpa. That was a wonderful take on the topic, Toastmaster Shilpa. Your opinion on the topic was very, very valid. Friends, the reason these topics were kept is for each of us, whether we are the male gender or the female gender, to realize, as Toastmaster Shilpa pointed out, how important each gender is. When the boys or the men speak about women being the stronger gender or women being more competitive, we put the women higher. The men will appreciate the women. In the same sense, when the women or the girls are speaking that we are not that strong or we are not that competitive, men are stronger, men are more competitive, we are elevating them. So this debate was in a sense of appreciating each other. The men or the boys appreciate the girls and the ladies, and vice versa. We learn to appreciate more. We learn to live together more harmoniously with each other. So I hope you all had fun. I do not want a spotlight. I want to see everybody on screen. Come on, everyone. Come on screen. Let us see everybody now.
Toastmaster Shilpa, can you please take a photograph as well?
Yes, some of them have left. Whoever is left is not going to get a certificate of participation if any other debaters have left. Many of you were first-time debaters, right? But the way you all participated was really very great. I just have one small suggestion to give, and that is when you have a topic, concentrate just on that and then think above that. Okay, what can the other side say and what we will say in retaliation, to rebut that side. You need to prepare that also. When you have your rebuttals ready, your viewpoints are also stronger. And even if the opposition does not give it, mention it, you can convert it into your point and express it. So prepare from before what the other team might say, and that will strengthen your team points. With that, I think we had very lovely debate. The two judges, Rahul and Anik, thank you so much. Rahan has left. I was the third judge for the second debate. I think we all had a very, very wonderful time, and it's time to announce the results. Shilpa and the girls. The boys have won it. The first debate, the girls are more competitive than boys. It is the affirmative team who has won the debate, and we are happy that they won it, that we have been proven that we girls are more competitive, right? And with that, I would like to announce the best speaker in the first debate, where the topic was girls are more competitive than boys. Over here, we have a tie. And for this, I would like to give it to both because one is a girl and one is a boy. So in the first debate, from the affirmative team, the best speaker is Dikshak. Toastmaster Dikshak, you have won it as the best speaker.
Thank you so very much.
Debate. And Toastmaster Ishita, you are the best speaker for the first debate. So we have a boy and a girl. Their scores, in spite of having three judges, the scores were the same. So I did not go for a tiebreaker because both were very, very deserving, and we need to acknowledge deserving winners. Yes, captains. Anurag is saying captains. You all did very well. So let us announce the result for the second debate. Again, women are the stronger gender, so the men have won it. The affirmative team have won it. Women are the stronger gender. We girls, we ladies are very, very happy. And over here, for the second debate, we have a clear winner. And I cannot give it to two because there was a clear winner, and that was the A3 speaker, Toastmaster Ashutosh. Let us give him a big round of applause. It was wonderful having SLTM, wonderful having KYTC and VMC in a debate together. Let's work together and have many more debates like this, where sometimes we will debate against each other, sometimes we'll work in a team and debate against each other. Yes? With that, I would like to give my heartfelt thanks to the two judges, Toastmaster Rahul and Toastmaster Anik, and to the two moderators, Toastmaster Shilpa and Toastmaster Anurag. Wow, you both are you just rocked it today. Big round of applause to all of them, please. With that, goodbye. See you all on virtual sessions. Bye-bye. Take care.
Bye. Good night.
Bye. Yes, moderators are just absolutely wow.